You would approve as well, and that would come as a second phase. But I'm just asking for your approval to move forward. The cost would be covered through the cultural district, and it would be a coastal theme.
I understand there will be a covering, a coating on it that makes
The
it...
UV coating, yes, and that typically lasts 10 years.
Have they tested it in this coastal environment?
Yes, it's on several years.
Because our experience is...
Nothing lasts forever.
Well, I was going to say, but my experience is things they say normally last 10 years. Down here, they can last 5. So, okay. All right, any other questions?
No. Need a motion?
Yes, would you like to?
I've got a question. Are y'all planning to do both sides with a single congruent mural?
Yes.
Oh, good.
It will be, and the reason why we chose these is the visibility from Highway 35, as well as when you come up to the beach park, whether you're coming down Laurel or whether you're coming navigation. You've got this beautiful arc that you're coming to. It would cover the whole, both of the walls.
Does that cost more to get the other side also, where people like launch the boat, whatever, and they can take a picture of it off the boat?
On the other side?
Yes,
Well, I
ma'am.
can tell you this is going to cost about $14,000
Nice.
for those two.
And this one
If
is,
you'd like to add to that, I'll be glad to.
that one's water side, so you'll have that.
Okay.
Yeah, the water size would be nice because people like to get the boat to them, take a picture, so.
Do you have any idea what kind of, are the artists or anything yet?
Yes, I do. Artists will be Cameron Walls. You know Cameron, we did the Treasure Island, the 3D kind of
Oh, they're on the build.
bird.
Right.
Cameron's done, he also just finished Cool Coast Camp.
Cool. It's been redone.
It's redone. Cameron's done a lot of murals, obviously not just in Rockport, but this whole area. He lives in Ingleside. And anyway, I've got a concept that he sent to me. I didn't send it
Sure.
to you so far, but I just would like phase 1 to get approval.
Sure.
And we'll bring that to you.
Sounds good.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Cultural Arts District to move forward in pursuing a mural on our maintenance building, the annex.
Second?
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
And no nays.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Jennifer. We appreciate it. You've done some great things for downtown.
Thank you.
Okay, item 4, deliberate and possible action to approve the 61st annual Window Family July 4th fireworks display to be located at Rockport Beach Circle. This request includes the circle being barricaded from Wednesday, July 1st through Saturday, July 4th on 2026. Are you,
Within your package, you'll have a graphic of the actual area that's going to be involved in the display, as well as a copy of the insurance.
okay. This is no changes from previous years?
No changes. The only change we have this year is on the second. We do have that drone display going on. So we're going to basically have 2 displays within this holiday period. The second, and then our usual one for. What I've seen from the information, this is going to be catered to the 250-year celebration, so it's going to be very patriotic.
Very cool. And we still have...
Exciting.
Yes.
Motion to approve the Wendell request for fireworks on the 4th of July, along with barricading the circle.
I will second that request. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No? Good. Knocking this out. Okay. Item 5, consider possible action items relating to Little Bay Restoration GLO CMP grant process by Jason Pinchback. With some items on this that we need to discuss in closed, so we're going to delay this until after that time. I don't think we necessarily need a motion for that, do we? So that we'll push that back until after our closed session. There's some legal issues to discuss. Okay, item 6, consider and possible action, authorization to approve final payment and accept completion of the ACND 911 office building project, which we are sitting inside now.
The contractor was in Saturday, finishing my punch list. So this is just approval to move forward with that final payment, which is just around about 9,000, which is the retention.
So they finished the punch list? So we're done. Okay.
There's one item I need to make sure I haven't been up in the roof yet to physically see it yet.
Everybody pleased?
I'm pleased.
Okay. He did a really terrific job.
Yeah, Janine, way to go, and you've been their toughest customer. Jack, thank you so much for your contribution. And
Was it his toughest customer?
you have been their toughest customer. We appreciate it.
Jeez.
Anybody that can tackle Sam, Janine did, it's been a good job.
It was a team effort. That was a good,
Sam was,
Sam's part of it.
you were tough on him, I think.
I wasn't, no.
And nice digs.
So, yes, very good. Anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Final payment, $9,000 plus amount.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, of course not. Okay, item 7, deliberate and possible action authorization of Avery submerged land lease located at 13 and 11 Riviera Drive. Tommy, that's yours, and I believe Janine also has some information.
Yeah, we've kind of gotten out of practice on approving and evaluating these requests on ACND submerged land. Janine and her team have done some work. I've reached out to Laura Fox, who was Charlie Belair's right-hand gal and still acts that way sometime, which we really appreciate. When people needed to get permits, we always said, call Charlie Belair. And so I have a feeling that Laura will be there for us and explain your hurdles and maybe what you found out.
We spoke to GLO on Friday afternoon, and they said to us, explain the jurisdiction and how that worked, as well as that there is a new portal for the Army Corps that needs to
Have you verified?
application needs to go through, and once that's done, then that we can start the process. My thought process was, because I think there's still some time, it does take some time for the applications to be processed. It's not as long as it used to be. Just to get these projects moving, we look at confirmation from the Army Corps that process has been at least started, an email or something through saying that they at least applied, and then we work through the lease, and then they will have to work through the Army Corps to move forward. I don't know about you, Laura. That's my whole process.
Oh, yes, Laura's here from,
Well,
would you like to identify yourself, please?
I'm Laura Fox. I worked for Belair Environmental for over 20 years, and I still help with, I still have contacts with the Corps of Engineers and GLO, and I spoke with Matt Campbell on Thursday at the Corps, and they did have an agreement with the General Land Office, and GLO did process the Corps' permitting for projects located on state lands that are fairly small, like piers and docks and such. They had a kind of a scope. If they fell within that, it would help speed up the permitting. And as much as you could take away from the Corps on their shoulders, the faster it will go. But that's been rescinded. But the RSS feed, that website is the way to go. There is a regional general permit that is a lot faster than seeking an individual permit. And as long as your pier or dock structure falls within the parameters outlined in that, it can go a lot faster on the permitting process. There's not the 30-day public notice. So there's that for an option. And also as far as structures within man-made canals, there's a nationwide permit, nationwide 2. And that's the nearly identical process, but you prepare a pre-construction notification and submit it via the website, and you just list how it falls within nationwide permit 2. And they send you something in writing and you have a verification. So that's the fastest, most ideal way. But Matt said just to submit the plans via the website, and the Corps will see what mechanism is the simplest that they can use to use for authorization.
Because I'm very sure, I haven't been able to, myself to actually look in and see what actually comes out of the system. If we just get some acknowledgement from the Corps saying that the applications hit that list, I'm happy moving forward with that. Then it's on the actual resident to move forward and do what needs to be done. It's
That's between them and the Corps then.
Between them and the Corps, and we would have gone through at that point our leasing process and what our requirements are, and then it's up to them. That's my thought process. So,
Okay.
and it's just a matter of when people come through us and ask, what do we need to do? We've got a help sheet to let them know either
You do.
you can do it yourself, you can, these are the people you need to speak to, or pass them on to people like Laura, or these people will be able to walk you through or come up with some solution for you.
Of course, because this is Bay Bottom owned by a navigation district, that's fairly unique, because the General Land Office owns most of the submerged Bay Bottoms. So we don't have to, they don't need to go to them for any specific structure registration or easement or lease or fee arrangement or anything. It's just,
It's us.
I do have a question. What about, say, Key Lake is an example, if they put it on the bay side, and that's not on patent land, what is the process?
that would be GLO property, right?
Right.
Cool. That's my question. It is GLO property?
So they would go through the same core permitting process. It's in navigable waters.
Right.
So it's Section 10 of the Rivers and Harbors Act. So and what we're talking about here are structures. So if you're doing some type of a fill activity or something like that, then you're getting into the Clean Water Act with the Corps.
Correct.
And that you still have Section 10 and then Section 404 also, and the GLO. So that's a different animal than something within the canals that are owned by the NAV district. So the scope of like on Bayshore Drive out in the water, that's a different set of rules there than it would be in the interior of the canals.
Okay, you have that'll be included information, okay. Did I understand you to say that private canals, any structures in private canals should also be permitted?
There's a nationwide permit that already allows them.
Okay.
And so it's nationwide permit to structures in artificial canals. So it's a man-made canal subdivision. Kind of, well, I don't want to open that, but like Harbor Oaks or Key Allegro or some, canals that were constructed from uplands typically. There's a lot of small things to it, but instead of a permit application, you do a pre-construction notification, and so you still present your plans, show them what you're going to do, and then they say, yes, verify. They don't have to issue another separate permit. It already falls within nationwide too.
Okay.
And with that being said, we have submerged bottom. We are responsible for certain parts around here, including Little Bay. GLO is responsible for everything else, and so that homeowner would have to go to us or the GLO for that permitting. The Corps of Engineers permitting, and I discussed this with Jerry a while back, is only on the owner of the improvement. It has nothing to do with us. And as a board, we could decide that we don't really care, but I agree with Janine, we should help our customers and taxpayers with their application across the board. And
It's just verification that they've gone through the process just for us.
But they started the process.
It just started, so we know they've started it, and we can go ahead with our lease process. It's just to say, you've started, okay, you need to continue on whatever you need to do, and we will issue the lease based on you make.
Right.
That's my thought process.
yeah, and our job is to make sure the leases are done, charged, and documented so that we move forward in the future.
So how about the homeowner gonna take care of that problem when the storm coming in? Like Little Bay, there are a couple of them out there slick.
Oh, that's a whole nother ball
Yeah, well, I'm saying
we
that
should address.
I understand that, I'm trying to.
Permit has a condition that the permittee is required to maintain it.
Right.
So it's
And
your
report.
land, but they put a pier there or whatnot.
It's their-
Their permit says it's your obligation to keep this in functioning condition. And if it falls below that, you could go for, if it, nationwide permit 3 for maintenance or something like that. But the act of permitting it puts the obligation on them to maintain it.
and we'll approach
I
that.
I have another question. Is there any time limit on this? I mean, like, someone gets a permit, does it last 20 years, or is it just indefinite?
It's typically 5 years.
And it has to be renewed then?
If you want to do something more with it, or
Only upon a change?
Okay, only changes,
or you can do
okay.
an extension of time, or if you haven't
Okay.
built it yet, or something like that. And
Okay.
as far as your lease document, you may want to, you could look at what the GLO writes into their leases as far as saying, this is on you guys, we're giving you permission, this is our land.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, we've been doing that for years, and it
Sure.
does, and all that, so.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions? I would like to make a motion that we approve the Avery lease at 13 and 11 Riviera, based on their submittal of their application to the Corps of Engineers. Does that work for you, Janine?
There's just, we just need to get Jerry to look at the lease because it does straddle the two
Right,
policy.
and that's our issue, not theirs.
So we can make that contingent upon that being...
All they have to do to get our permission is to submit that proof of that they applied. And it's supposed to be real easy from
Okay.
here on out.
And you're okay with that? Okay, all right. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, very good.
Laura, just before we depart from there, though, I might ask you to put some little paragraph or something together for us. We found there are 5 or 6 piers at the southern end of what's our jurisdiction that are basically sticks, and 3 or 4 of those are VRBOs. So we'd like to know what the process is for requiring them to clean it up.
Okay.
Sounds like a consulting gig.
Well, this is firstly, I would really like to sit down with Laura and actually literally pick her brain if that's.
Sure,
And
absolutely.
work towards a good, solid
Process.
documentation that's easy for our customers to get to show them how to get that done. And we've lost our way a little bit, but things are coming back together, and we're on our way, so.
The GLO does fly the Texas coast all the time, and they find, things that aren't up to par, and they,
They do.
that they contact them, and, then they contact me, and then they get everybody squared away, but,
Perfect.
I mean, they have to physically follow up with folks too, to say, hey, you're out of compliance here.
Great.
Okay, good. Okay, moving on to item A, discussion of recent public information requests and their associated costs, including approval of General Counsel Gerald Benedum retaining additional legal assistance. Unfortunately, Mr. Benedum is ill today, could not be here. I think, Janine, did you have anything you wanted to weigh in on this item?
We have a lot of public information requests coming through to us.
One of them, I think,
let
is...
everybody know that I am the one that generally has to deal with him. So, we are looking at getting additional support on the staff, but regarding legal side of it, Jerry does need that support to help because of his caseload as well. So we have got some support from a different legal resource, and it's working out very well.
Okay.
But there's a lot coming through, and it does tie up our time.
I was going to say, one request is like 6 pages long.
Yes.
Yeah, it's huge, huge. Marshall is
Marshall is with, they're based in
McKibben.
Corpus, McKibben's.
McKibben's
Yes, and
office.
he's helping us on the big.
What can you call his last name?
No.
It's, okay, just curious.
So, and he's supporting us on these bigger information requests. It is to the point you could have a full-time staff member at this point, just dealing with the hours.
Yes, okay. Very good. There's no action on this item. Do anyone have any questions? Mr. Rudd, any questions?
Not on this.
It is.
You can't really have a comment on it. They have a right to ask for it, even if it is
It is.
overly onerous.
Absolutely. You just, I think, basically, you all wanted to update the staff on what's, or the commissioners on what's going on.
May I
Okay.
ask, do y'all charge a fee for that?
Yes, we do.
Okay, because I made the FOIA's.
According to statute.
You just, you pay for it.
Yes. I think the request normally is if it's over $40 in charges, then we have to notify them in advance, I think.
There is a calculation or calculator that you use.
Yeah.
So it's subject to how onerous it is. You have to
Yeah.
review.
So, anyway, all right. Any other questions?
Nope.
All right. Moving on, item 9, consider possible action on items related to the ACND Port Improvement 5-Year Master Plan and TxDOT Port Mission Plan Survey, and that is Commissioner Moore.
We have
And I guess Victor?
been working at the direction of the commission to get us in line for possible funding from TxDOT and for the 90th legislature. Anybody else would like to talk to me? My efforts have been to get us in the game. We have not received a grant, or any FEMA grants for repairs for Harvey in over 10 years. And I'm looking forward to getting us back into the grant cycles, and we certainly have a great story to tell that is shown even more in these efforts. We're working with CDMP. Victor is helping them as part of that to give it the style that will help move this forward. This is what you see here on these items. There's a lot more to the application, but I wanted to get y'all to look at what the concepts are, what we're pushing for and asking for, and this will be edited into a little bit better format than old Bubba Tommy says. So.
I intended to look at it this weekend, but it was very, very busy.
Yeah, and so anyway, just wanted to get this in front of you. It is due the 15th. I thought it was due the 7th that we were rushing. Janine, thank you for all your help. And so we've got a lot of stuff to submit, and I think we'll.
This is why we hold all those boxes in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So basically.
That's on you next time. You get to haul them back
No
out.
question. I know a guy. Anyway, we still have some of it, but we're going to move forward. I think we can get it hopefully really solid by the end of this week with our submittals that go on top of that. There's a lot of economic development questions and just, straight stuff, but I wanted to get y'all's input on the concept, and I know I'm handing this to you now. Take a look at it when you can,
Okay.
and just shoot Janine and she'll get me these questions since we can't collaborate on it outside of an open
Okay.
meeting. But just wanted to let y'all know what we were up to and get any input y'all could give us.
I can see Victor Martinez is here from LJA. Would you like to say anything, Victor?
Sure. Victor Martinez, LJA Engineering. Just working with Captain Tommy on this project, and it's been going great. And basically, I think you have a very good chance of at least one, if not a couple of these projects, hopefully being picked up in this legislature. So, but I think at the very least, I think we can submit all of the projects that we put up. What is there, 4 of them?
Four.
We can at least submit all 4 of those, and then TxDOT will help us with which ones are going to seem favorable to. So.
Okay.
And the way we're working through this is I'm given the concepts, we submit that to CDMP, Victor comes in and edits it back into government speak, which has been very, very impressive lately on the master plan narrative, and then it goes back to CDMP to make it pretty and
Okay.
pull it all together, give us a good
So-
chance.
We will make our deadline, I hope?
Absolutely.
I think I'll absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
no question. I've been
Deadline
very
is critical.
focused. This is just so important to get us in the game.
We're pretty much there. We're just cleaning stuff up and making it, like you said, seeing things up there, stuff on that stuff.
Okay.
We're pretty close.
Okay, good. And if we decide we need to modify this later, is that possible then?
Yes, you can modify stuff later. So what happens is this is for the initial Port Maritime programs plan. I forget the exact name of it, but anyway, it's for that initial document that goes to the Transportation Committee. Transportation Committee votes on it, says yes, this is the amount of money that we're going to ask for from the legislature. Then it goes into the legislative session next year, And then if money comes out of there, then sometime soon after that, you'll have to decide, okay, what projects do I actually want to
Right.
build out, or depending on the money or whatever the case might be. So yes, and then at that point, you'll have a chance to change it up or add or whatever.
Okay. I guess for the audience, might explain that this is part of the 2-year legislative cycle, that
Yes.
this is, it all depends on how much money the legislature allocates, and that'll happen next year.
That's
Correct.
Yes.
There's also a Port Association meeting on the 4th that we will attend, and based on the last meeting, they set this one on the 4th so that they could get a better idea of how much money as a whole they're going to ask for from the legislature. So we'll have some input there. I would like to add that the master plan that we're putting together is very simple, very basic, and will be improved and edited and expanded as we move forward in the future, but the application's getting in with some kind of backup that
Absolutely.
we have a plan. So,
I think we got a good plan for it.
Good. I trust you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. I don't think there's, I don't see any action item that we need to
No.
take. No solicitors that way, okay. Very good. Moving on to item 10, approval of retaining Adamson and Company to perform the 2024 audit on similar terms and conditions to the 2023 audit. Approve authorizing the acting executive director in conjunction with legal counsel to negotiate and approve an engagement agreement with Adamson. And that's,
You have the letter, their letter, they've been in the packet. So moving forward with,
Ah.
2024.
May I ask a question?
yes, please,
What was the name of that firm? Because it's not in the agenda.
It's Adamson.
Adamson.
And
And
they're
company.
based Where?
In-
number 11. Number 11, it's Adamson and Company
They're on Alameda Street in Corpus Christi.
Okay.
.com.
This is, the gentleman who's doing it is, his first name is Adam, which is a little confusing. They were with CD&P, no, who were they with before? A different,
Collier Johnson and Wood.
Collier Johnson and Woods, thank you, too many initials. And then Collier Johnson and Woods decided to disengage from doing public audits. And so that's why we're now with Adams. Same people, just different corporate name.
Okay, so you're on item number 11. Did you kind of skip number 10?
10,
Or is it all
11,
into
like
number
10,
11?
11.
No, we're on to item 10.
No, you were on, we're on item 11, we skipped 10.
You did move forward. We'll just back up.
No, I read item 10. Approval of retaining Adamson and Company to perform the 2024 audit. That's what we're discussing.
Right.
You
On
you
the
have a
agenda.
different
Oh,
agenda.
then I have an old agenda. Sorry,
Here you go. Is yours right?
I printed up last
Just
night.
want to
Okay.
circle both of them together.
Oh, I see, they did get reversed. Okay. That's why I'm going off an old copy, a preliminary copy of the agenda. Sorry, guys. All right, we are on item 11, you're right. So,
Let's
Mr. Wright,
complete
anyway.
that, huh?
I'm still confused. Are we not going to approve acceptance of the 2023 audit?
We need to go back to it.
okay, we're doing, I'm sorry, I was looking at previously, the draft had the order of these two items reversed.
Okay.
And so that's why the confusion. It said item 10 on the agenda I was looking at, but it actually is item 11. So we'll just approve, we've already announced it, let's go ahead, and then we can back up to 10.
I've issued out the report for the 2023 audit. Adamson will be here at the next meeting, which is going to be on the 15th, to actually formally present it, but I just wanted to get that report to you, the 23. So that's where we're at with regarding with numbers.
So there really will not be any approval of the audit
I
today.
don't need any approval right now, that's going to be next week. Adam was not available this meeting, so we moved it to the 15th, so there'll be a formal presentation with Adamson here on the 15th.
On the 15th, yes.
But I wanted to get that report to you today, so you could just, it's a 55-page report. So you
Okay.
can process through.
So, yes, you all should have a copy of the report in your, I believe, audited financial statements for 2023. And we also have a plan for getting the 24 and 25 wrapped up by the end of this year.
So coming back to 11?
Well-
Are you on number 10?
Okay, I was going off, I printed up a copy last night,
I
so.
understand that, but
Okay.
are you going to?
Well, I've already now decided we're going to take action on item 11 right now.
And then we'll come back to 10.
And then we'll come back to 10. Everybody straight? All right, my fault. Okay, so item 11, approval of retaining Adamson and Company. And I've already read that out, so Mr. Wright and Sony, any other?
You've got the letter in front of you. That is given a basic price for the 24. So if you want to.
Okay. Any comments on the letter?
I haven't gotten to it yet.
62,000.
I have a comment, and it goes back to 23 and moves us forward with 24 and 25. The budget amount for the 2023 audit, I thought was way, way out of line. It ends up that they came back 30% under their high-end budget, which made me very happy. And assuming that we approve, well, we're not going to approve it, so we'll just move forward. But I would absolutely support moving forward with Adamson and Company on 24 and
I would
25.
say, and my understanding is that they have made an informal commitment to continue, to holding that price point for the
Exactly.
next 2 years also. Yes, Pat?
So would you say what the price or the amount is that they've given you for the 2024 audit? Because it doesn't seem.
It does not say that here.
2023
We
came
don't
in
know yet,
around
they're going to
60
negotiate
grand,
that.
which they had, we approved a $90,000 budget, so coming back, which brings it into a reasonable amount on that. So on 2024 and 2025, they've indicated it will be close to that, right?
That's what I've heard, yes.
So in the 60,000 ballpark?
Yeah.
About 60,000. But that will be part of the negotiations going forward. So, all right, all we need to do is approve this letter.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
All right, so we have a motion to approve the letter of engagement with Adamson and Company moving forward. I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Having said that, it's a bit unusual for an accounting firm to issue a 2-year commitment in one letter. So they're trying to help us get caught up as much as we are. As long as we can give them the information timely, we should be able to be up with 24 and 25 by year end.
Mm-hmm. Yes, okay, very good. All right, now then we will go to back what previously was item 11, but it'll be acceptance and approval of 2023 audit report, which we have that, but we are not prepared to take any action on that
We should
at
have
this time.
Adam's comments from your.
I make a motion that we table this
Nope.
and bring it back up next meeting with a
It's
report from Addison.
postponed rather than tabled.
Postponed?
Yeah, tabling, I looked it up, and the tabling actually means it's a permanent tabling.
Oh, I love that. Okay, let's
And so
postpone it.
postpone it.
So amend the motion to postpone until we get the report from
Okay.
Adamson.
All in favor? Aye. All right, good. Now we get to move forward to going through this, guys. Executive Director's Report. Updates on projects and happenings on ACND properties which may include but not be limited to construction improvements and conditions at Rockport Harbor, Cove Harbor, Fulton Harbor, and Festival Grounds, Rockport Beach, Little Bay, public restrooms, other ACND properties and projects, status of grants, and issues with existing leases.
I just want to bring up, we had an incident on Saturday afternoon. We had a lost child on the beach. Now, I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of the process that happens. When we get notified there's a lost child on the beach, what happens is our staff are instructed to shut the gates. Okay, so that was done, the police were called, the child was fine, was found, everybody was well, everybody was safe. But I just want to make sure the public are aware that if you do lose a child, we shut those gates. We do not let anybody in or out as much as we possibly can until we get confirmation that the situation has been resolved. We work closely with our PD, and our booth attendants that were working that Saturday afternoon did a fantastic job. They got the thumbs up from our PD, and everybody was safe and healthy. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware. If our gates are closed during any time of the day, there's generally a reason for it, and if generally it is, there could be a lost child on the beach. So everybody needs to be a little bit patient with us, and our staff will get everything back up and running and open as soon as we are able to. So I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of that, and kudos to my staff. They did a fantastic job.
Good, good, very good. Glad to hear that.
Needed to let everyone know, and I want to keep it brief and short, so not much else.
Okay, anything else? Okay. All right, we will move, any questions from anyone? Audience? All right, moving on to the next item, Chairman and Commissioners' reports, update on ACND environmental and safety issues relating to Little Bay and other district properties. My comments that I have will be done in closed at this, let me check. Yes, everything I have will be enclosed. So, any commissioners?
I would just like to reiterate my excitement of getting us back into the grant cycles and moving
Yes.
us forward with getting this district back under control with our infrastructure and the way we support navigation in the district. So, very excited.
Very good. Any other commissioners?
Oh, I have one more.
Of course you do.
The Rockport Songwriters Association has decided to put the statue that we approved on leased land across the street, which I think is on private land, which I think is a spectacular idea. Open it up to more folks seeing it and more public awareness in the statue of Guy Clark, one of Rockport's favorite sons. So,
Okay.
not going on our property.
Not going on our property after all.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we need to do anything about that.
You moved 3 times.
That's true. Well,
Guy Clark gets around.
not going to comment on that, no comment.
Well, he's dead.
Okay, press questions. Lynn, I see you're here today. You have anything for us?
Yeah, I have a couple. Janine, on item 4, is there a possible way you could send me a copy of the map of what streets will be blocked off so I can add it to the story this week to run both online and in print?
Okay.
And then on item 7, was the authorization just for that particular spot? Because I heard a lot of discussion about leases and all that other kind of stuff. Was that authorization just for those 2, or was it overall about the whole process?
I'm sorry, which item was this?
This is the Avery dock permit.
The dock permit, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, that permission was just for that one, but the general discussion was for all of them.
And you guys are trying to put a streamlined permitting process for people when they want to put structures near their home, correct? Or condo or whatever.
It's a matter of building on submerged land owned by the district is our concern, or the reason we're involved. And then, once again, streamline, simplicity, and clarity on how to move forward when you want to do something.
I was going to say, a more definitive way or clarity covers it is really, it was, and there's been a change from the GLO being involved, and now then it's going to go through the Corps, correct?
It's the same process.
Same process, but it'll be a different different agency handling it,
Okay.
outside agency, having that section of it.
Not
Pardon, is that correct?
not outside, I mean, it's the.
Outside of us,
So it's the federal, correct.
outside of us, I'm sorry.
It's
Yes,
basically you guys giving property owners, if you want to do this, here's the process.
Yes.
correct. Well, the person who wants to build a pier has to get a permit from us
Right.
and also a permit from the Corps of Engineers. And we just ask that they go to the Corps site, start that process, give us notification that they've started, and then that clears us, that we can give them our permit. And ours pretty much mirrors a lot with what the Corps says.
It's our lease to move forward, because generally what the process is, they will come to us and we'll issue them a lease.
It's a lease arrangement.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're leasing the bay bottom.
And then the final question for Janine, how many public information requests do you have right now?
Right now,
Yes.
between probably 6 to 7, sitting on my desk right now.
6 to 7.
On various complications or
Yes.
complexities, put it that way.
So,
That's it. Thank you.
is that it? All right, very good. Well, again, thank you all for coming today. We really appreciate it. I'm sure you all have better things you could do with your mornings than sit and listen to a bunch of bureaucratic stuff. But we had some important things. We did something exciting. We approved the murals. moving forward on that. So we are now going to close this at 9:44, and we are going to recess this meeting and move into a closed session. I do need to read this to you. The commission will recess its open meeting and conduct a closed meeting pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act to conduct a private consultation with its attorney under Section 551.017 of the Act, to deliberate regarding real property under Section 551.072 of the Act, and to deliberate regarding personnel matters under Section 551.074 of the Act. Specific subjects, among others, may include issues related to the executive director position, posting contracts for legal and related support services, and leases of real property. Following the closed meeting, the commission will reconvene into the open meeting, and afterwards, we will then consider the item number 6, which is consider possible action items on the Little Bay restoration grants. If you'd like to come back for that, you may either wait out in the hallway, or we will give you a call. So thank you all again.
And
We are going
watch
to
it
take a
on
quick break.
YouTube.
Yeah, and we are going to take a quick break.
That's when we began closed?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're in, I got 10:59.
You have that information,
Yes,
Jean?
I've got, you should have your addendum.
Okay. All right, let's go. Are we ready to go live now?
Yeah, I'm on.
Oh, we are.
We're on high.
All right, okay. Welcome back to we're now reopening, we have closed our closed session. We're now reopening the general meeting, and we are continuing our,
Oh, Jack, you're, there we go, thank you.
Pledge of allegiance.
Okay, so we are continuing our open meeting now at 11 o'clock. The first item we have after our close is agreement with Acuity CXO for our consulting services related to the audit and accounting requirements, and that is Ms. Loney.
Okay, you'll see in front of you an addendum to the original scope for Bob's assistance with management of audits moving forward for the rest of this year. There is an amount at the state line that is not what we anticipate it will be. We anticipate it coming in a lot lower.
Yes.
But we did not want, we just put an amount there to, yes.
Right. So that amount is $75,000, which would be, that's far and above what he expects it will be, but he didn't want to have, that way, if it comes in lower, everyone's happy. So any questions from anyone?
Well, I made the statement to you, yes, it's expensive, but if we get back on our audit track,
It's worth it.
it's money well spent.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, would someone like to make a motion to approve this?
I make the motion that we approve the addendum to the Acuity CXO contract.
Okay, I will second that. All in favor? Aye. Aye, very good. Thank you, gentlemen. Moving on, the second item, deliberate and possible action items related to stormwater drainage. We're actually going to pull up then item 5, which was considering possible action items related to Little Bay Restoration GLO CMP grant process by Jason Pinchback. And Tommy, that is your item. Do you want to say anything preliminarily?
Well, once again, we're very excited to move forward in these grant processes. I think Jason's done a great job, and the button gets pushed on the applications tomorrow, and I think this was just a final update.
Just a quick update on it for everyone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And so, just a quick reminder, we are pushing the button tomorrow, but we do have until Wednesday as the final official, but we just don't want to wait till the last minute in case there's a IT technical glitch or something weird going on. So we are seeking funding for feasibility, alternatives analysis, environmental analysis, preliminary design, and permitting to get us one step closer to implementation readiness. We have 4 projects that we're presenting funding for, which includes a circulation enhancement, the shoreline erosion control, a constructed wetland at the mouth of Tule Creek, as well as habitat restoration at 2 Rookery Islands. The approximate cost for the total grant application the NAB district will be seeking funds for is about $1.8 million.
Okay, and this does not include the Orleans, item number 2 out there, which is Orleans Street. We are pulling that out.
Yes,
That will
ma'am.
not be part of this grant process. Okay,
Yes, ma'am, correct.
okay. Anyone have any questions?
I don't think there's any decisions to be made, is there?
No, we just wanted to update everyone.
Well, thanks for the report.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay, very
Yes,
good.
good luck.
Thank you.
Yes, keep us appraised. We are excited.
Definitely will. Same here.
Okay,
So
very
do
good.
I list that as no action, actually, since it was done?
No action.
Okay.
Yeah, no action. Okay, do we have any other items?
Motion to adjourn.
I will accept that. I will make the second. All in favor?
Before lunch.